Let's begin.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Thizzle in the building. And today, I'm going to be talking about the 2022 film, Barbarian, starring Georgina Campbell and Bill Skarsgård, directed by Zach Kreger. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. This one's about a woman named Tess that rents an Airbnb in the middle of a torn down, smaller part of Detroit. Things turn weird when she arrives at the house and finds a nice guy named Keith also renting the space. Creepy things start to happen around the Airbnb, and we have Barbarian. This movie's very fucking weird, but I did like it. I was surprised with how Barbarian takes different routes as we go along. I found our lead Tess to be a weird protagonist that made questionable choices, like taking a picture of Keith's ID after he does things like giving her the confirmation code of the house to reassure that he's not a creep. Georgina does a pretty decent job, but I found the character to be strange in the first half. I will say that I didn't feel the same way near the final act, and pretty much warmed up to the character. I thought Bill Skarsgård played a rather likable guy. Bill usually plays bad guys and psychos, so I was hoping that the movie didn't make him a bad guy, because I would have found that too predictable. But I was surprised with how much I liked Keith. Justin Long plays a great scumbag in this film. His character is heavily implied to have done a despicable crime, and it's up to the audience to decide if he's done it or not. If you ask me, this motherfucker did it. But great performance from Justin Long. I like seeing him in horror films. The movie does have some weird beats and pauses with some of the conversations between our characters. My guess is that the director was going for a more realistic conversation sense instead of a more movie conversation, if that makes sense. But that's how my brain processed the line delivery. Love the camera work. There's some nice one takes and some cool tracking shots that I really liked. The cinematography stood out to me as well. Some nice colors when they pop up, and I like the gritty tone of the basement. Pretty creepy atmosphere that I found effective. Very claustrophobic feel at certain parts, especially when we get to the second half. One scene comes to mind when we hear the voice of a certain character in the house's basement calling out for help. And when we hear how far the voice is, it did creep me out. I thought this smaller moment was pretty well done. Love the score, done by Anna Dubrick, and I know I said the name wrong. Hats off, because the score was very disturbing and eerie, especially when the film kicks into high gear near the middle mark. The score is easily one of the best things about the film. I did like the writing, but I found it to be very clunky at times. Especially with the certain character near the end of the film that says, as long as I'm here, the woman's never gonna step foot in this place. And of course, boom, the woman fucking kills the guy. So there are a couple moments like this that did make me facepalm a bit. As a gore hound, the violence isn't as bad as people made it out to be. Maybe one or two parts do come to mind. Nice practical effects, I will say. But it's more so the dark imagery and the claustrophobic feeling that the movie gives. Spoilers. Personally, I found the design of the woman in the basement to be a little bit goofy. I did like the shots of the woman in the dark. I found her to be creepier when less was more. But overall, I did enjoy Barbarian. I have some nitpicks and flaws with it, but I like the atmosphere, the set design, Bill Skarsgård as Keith, Justin Long playing a scumbag, and I thought Georgina Campbell did a decent job playing the lead. I do have to mention that this movie was a bit slower than I thought it would be. I felt the movie take off near the middle point, but this was my personal viewing. I'm gonna give Barbarian a 7 out of 10. I appreciate y'all. It's been your boy Thizzle. From me and the birds outside. Peace.